Fernando Luis Piña. He went 7 rounds with former world champion Carlos Molina in his last fight. He also faced off against one of the top middleweight prospects in the sport in Christian Mbili, getting stopped by a devastating combination from that young French fighter. But Fernando Piña presents a good test for Brandon Cook, not necessarily at this stage of his career as the opponent, but at this stage of his career, coming off of his injuries, still not sure how the shoulder will hold up in a real scrap.
Absolutely, this guy's durable, he's a tough Mexican. Brandon in his comeback fight after the Meninga fight blew his opponent out in the first round. That guy was also here to fight, but Brandon Cook made a statement that night, and to be back on the world stage or knock on a world title doorstep, he's gonna have to make another dominant performance statement here tonight.
There's something special in the air every time Brandon Bad Boy Cook fights. He has been a mainstay here on the Ontario scene, packing crowds now for years, going back all the way to 2010 or 11, and his fan base has never faltered. It's amazing to see how far Brandon Cook has come as a guy who, let's be honest, is not naturally athletically gifted like some of these elite fighters.
He doesn't do anything special, but he works hard, he gets the job done, he beats you down. And when you talk boxing in Ontario, Brandon Cook is at the top of the list every single time. The fans love him. Boxing people love him. He's just a great guy, a great fighter, and he has his place on the edge of their seat here tonight, especially after that first round blowout he had in his comeback fight since his world title shot against Jamie Meninga.
Mike Guyette, Brandon's longtime trainer for his entire career. Amazing talking to Mike Guyette.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. 10 rounds of boxing for the IBA America's Junior Middleweight Championship. This bout brought to you by Nájera. This contest sent by the Ontario Athletic Commission under the supervision of Mr. Luke IBA Supervisor ringside member of the International Boxing Hall of Fame class of 2015, Mr. Steve Smolder. The judges for this contest are Mr. Adam Davis, Mr. Jasper Jackson, and Ms. Kelly Zolacek. With the bell sounds on the other end of the ring, your referee is Mr. Dave Dunbar. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red, shirt of gold. His professional record in the title, 20 wins, only 3 defeats, 15 wins coming by way of Nájera. The fight pride of Mexico, Big City, Mexico, he tipped the scales at an even 153 pounds, introducing Luis El Destructor Piña! And his opponent fighting out of the red corner, wearing blue shirt with black. His professional record stands at 21 victories, only 2 defeats, 14 wins coming by way of Nájera. From Ajax, Ontario, he weighed in at 153.7 pounds. Former holder of 5 different championships and world title challenger, introducing Brandon Bad Boy Cook!
Referee Dave Dunbar, a man with a wealth of experience. Good to have him as a third man in the ring here tonight.
Here we go, folks. The bell has rung for round number 1 of our main event. 10 rounds for the IBA Intercontinental title. Brandon Bad Boy Cook in his trademark blue and black. Luis Fernando Piña in the red and gold. And I've been waiting to see Brandon Cook be able to test out that left shoulder coming off of a huge injury suffered prior to the Jaime Munguia fight. He barely got a chance last time, knocking his opponent out in the first round with one huge right hand.
I think Brandon wanted to come out in his last fight and make a statement, which that's exactly what he did after coming off the disappointing shoulder injury and loss to Jaime Munguia. This fight looked him to be a little bit more settled down and more composed, as he got a more live, wouldn't say live opponent, but a more dangerous opponent in Luis Piña here tonight.
Cook's been working heavily on the left hook to the body. As I mentioned, didn't get a chance to throw it last time. Look to see him employ it here tonight. Piña, for his part, very experienced. As I mentioned, he fought for the WBC World Youth title against Christian Mbili. Came up short, second round stoppage, but caught Mbili with a couple of big shots. And Piña is a guy who likes to throw combinations. And when I say that, Steve, I'm talking 5, 6, 7 shots at a time. It'll be very important for Brandon Cook to pick his shots between those combinations. Oh. Big uppercut lands for Piña.
That's a very good right uppercut.
Cook shaking it off. You can hear Mike Gayet in the corner. Always a very calm voice, never loses his cool no matter what's happening.
Brandon very composed, shows that he's been at the world-class level. Piña's whipping off hard shots. Brandon remaining calm, slipping shots, pumping out that jab, not panicking. So it goes to show how far Brandon's really come over the past 5, 6 years as he made it to the world-class level.
Of course, Brandon Cook's career highlights so far, he'll tell you himself, a shocking knockout victory win against Stephen Butler in his hometown of Montreal at the Bell Center. But Cook, to his credit, Steve, has never turned down a fight. He flew all the way to Kazakhstan to face Kanat Islam. Very tough fight in as foreign territory as you could get. Following that, fought Jaime Munguia once again on the Triple G Canelo 2 undercard in Las Vegas. Big moment, came up short with that torn labrum.
And that's why the people here in Brampton, the people here in Canada and Ontario love Brandon Cook. He's a tough Canadian boy. He'll fight anybody, anywhere. Good first round.
Very good and close first round.
Even round. For me, goes the hometown boy because he's my boy.
Fair enough, Steve. At least you're honest, and that's why you're not a judge. So what kind of adjustments does Brandon Cook need to make as he comes out for round number 2? He got caught by a couple of shots there.
He did. He just got to keep pushing the pace, inching closer to Piña. Piña's a long, lanky guy, which is a good thing for this because Brandon has fought Jaime Munguia, and the last guy he knocked out in the first round was a tall, lanker guy. So this isn't something new to Brandon. He's just got to slowly work his way in, jab his way in, and counter, and come over top. He can't let Piña get a rhythm set and keep him on the outside with a jab. He's got to break him down and get inside those long arms.
Here we go, the start of round number 2. Brandon Bad Boy Cook and Luis Fernando Piña. I'm Jason Tufexis. I'm sitting alongside 2-time IBF Junior Featherweight World Champion Steve
hooks by Brandon Cook.
Brandon Cook going in, aggressive, landing big uppercuts. Piña likes it, asking him to give him some more. Now we're gonna see these guys let their hands go. Piña likes a good scrap. Cook keeping his high guard. We haven't seen too much of Piña's combination punching that we've seen in some of his prior fights. Big hook
good
to the body.
Shot by Brandon Cook there. And another one.
Great work on the inside. 3 straight right hooks. But Piña lands a temple shot on Brandon Cook of his own.
And a nice left hook to the body.
Cook comfortable on the inside with that left hook. It looks like his shoulder's holding up very nicely here through 2.
And this is the type of fight that Brandon wants. This is Brandon Cook all day, especially against the taller, lankier Piña. He wasn't getting off on the inside. Brandon Cook was landing clean body shots.
Piña's shoulders are absolutely huge. There's such a wide guy. Landing some shots of his own, but Brandon Cook trying to find his way on the inside of those punches. Looks a little buzzed as he goes down. Dave Dunbar rules it a slip. Mike Guyette asking Cook to calm down, stay relaxed.
Piña thinks he's got him hurt. That could be a mistake to unload your tank against a guy like Brandon Cook who will beat your body, and he ain't gonna lay down. Good defense by Cook, hands up nice and high.
Fighters trading hooks on the inside. Brandon continues to bang that body here with just under a minute to go in round number 2. Nice jab to the body from Brandon Cook as he stays low in his stance. There's the combination punches that he likes to throw, and as you can see, he typically gets wider and wider and wider with every punch he throws in those 6-7 punch combinations. Cook can find a way inside with an uppercut or straight right hand when that happens.
And Brandon has such good discipline and such good defense. His hands are always up, they're nice and tight, he's a very strong man. So when he's catching 2 or 3 of those, he can let go. I see some blood on Brandon's back there.
I'm assuming that came from the nose or something of both fighters trading big shots against the ropes here as we close out round number 2. I think Brandon Cook got a little bit buzzed by some of those shots there in that round, Steve. Mike's job now is going to be to keep him calm and composed.
Deep breaths. If you got to give away 1 single round or 3rd round and move around and jab to regain your composure, so be it. It's better than going in there and saying a trade, maybe get dropped or lose around badly.
Luis Fernando Piña, when I asked him about what he knows about Brandon Cook, he says, it doesn't matter, it's going to be a great fight because I know Cook's going to come to fight and it's going to be a brawl. He describes his own fighting style as a brawler through and through, and he won't stop moving until that bell rings. But so far, he has been sticking to his game plan and kind of imposing his will a little bit, at least, in terms of pushing Brandon Cook back towards the end of that round.
Absolutely, that especially at the end of that round. I think that he thought he had Brandon hurt. Whether Brandon was hurt or not, we don't know. But he really pressed the gas at the end of that last round there.
Nice strong jab from Piña lands on Cook. Big
nice right
uppercut.
hand and big uppercut. They both landed.
This is one hell of a scrap here so far. This is why the fans love the bad boy, Steve.
Absolutely, he comes to fight every time. And credit to Piña, he's here to fight and he's here to win as well.
Cook's got to be careful of that uppercut. Another
beautiful
nice left hook to the body. Piña landing with those hooks.
Good work inside from Brandon. That's his phone booth. That's where he wants to be all day, and that's going to help break Piña down and keep Piña on the ropes and keep pressure like that. Will make it so Piña can't outbox him from the outside.
Piña using his reach to his advantage here nicely as he keeps Brandon Cook at the end of his punches. Cook's most comfortable like that on the inside, pushing, brawling, and mauling his opponent.
Beautiful body work by Brandon Cook.
Another uppercut lands on the inside. A big body shot from the left hand of Piña.
Halfway through.
Brandon Cook trying to work on the inside. Both fighters trading uppercuts to the body. Another beautiful liver shot by Brandon Cook, but Piña comes back with that looping uppercut.
Dave Dunbar, for the most part, letting these guys stay in the phone booth and fight.
Fighters trade jabs in the center of the ring. Piña starting to let his hands go again. More nice body work from Cook. Hopefully that pays some serious dividends if this fight goes long. Big punches still landing for Piña.
Cook's got to stay on the inside and stay on his chest. When he's on the outside, he's getting hit at the end of Piña's long reach, and that's causing a lot of damage to Brandon.
He's taking those shots right behind the guard.
On the inside there, he's a stronger, more durable fighter on the inside. That's Brandon's wheelhouse, is to fight and bang on the inside.
Absolutely, that's how he got Butler.
Just like that.
Piña still landing maybe the better of the shots here in round number 2. Sorry, round number 3, that is. Both fighters walk back to their corners. I feel like El Destructor had a very solid round right now. Let's go and see what GM Ross thinks in terms of the scorecard so far. I mean, look, we got the hometown fighter in Brandon Cook. That always goes a long way, but I really like what I'm seeing from Piña so far.
Absolutely, and I feel that he's getting a lot more comfortable. He's able to take Brandon's power a little bit better, and he's finding his range as well.
GM Ross disagreeing with our call. He's got 3 rounds to nothing for Cook. I could see it, especially fighting at home, but I do feel like Piña has been getting the better of some of those longer exchanges.
The last round was a lot closer in my eyes, but the first 2 rounds, the first round obviously went to Cook, and the second round was kind of close, and you go to the hometown boy. But nonetheless, this is a good fight, and there's still lots of boxing left here tonight. Nice hook by Brandon Cook.
Both fighters right back to it at the start of round number 4. This is Cook's fight here in the corner. Working on the inside, sneaking in those body shots, sneaking the shots upstairs. Staying at distance, Steve, like you said, is a dangerous proposition here against Piña.
He doesn't want to be caught there, caught those awkward hooks. Piña has no power on the inside like that. His arms are too long, and he's just pushing punches out there, where Brandon has learned since day one to be explosive on the inside. Some dirty shot from Piña there.
Piña complaining that I guess his forehead was going into his chest or something. That was a strange one. Got to be careful not to get disqualified from a very, very good fight. Cook
and
lands
a big
nice uppercut. That should have been ruled a knockdown, as he was, oh, not a knockdown, but they should have paused the action there as he fell back into the rope. Uppercut lands for Piña. His long jab. Cook fighting at distance once again. Doesn't want to be backed up against the ropes. Piña good at not smothering his shots when he has his opponent on the ropes.
But I really feel like Brandon's taking his punches a lot better, and I feel that a lot of the steam of Piña's punches has gone off just after 3 rounds. I don't feel there's too much power left in those punches.
Those body shots that Brandon Cook was throwing with dangerous intentions throughout rounds 1 and 2, hopefully paying their dividends here.
And even not if they're clean body shots. Brandon is such a strong individual. He can hit you in the arms, the hip, the shoulder, the ribs, and it just breaks you down.
Piña, 15 knockouts in his 20 wins. Cook has a little cut, it looks like, over his right eye. Yeah, or to the side of his right eye.
A little bit of swelling too. Oh, and
beautiful
a big right hand.
Looping right hand. Piña's hurt. I don't even have time to say jinx, Steve. This is a great fight.
And good body work. Smart move by Brandon. Had him hurt, goes right to the body. That's a sign of an elite world-class fighter. You get your man hurt and his hands are up, you start digging the body, and again he goes right back to the body.
Now Piña does have a natural gift in his long forearms. He can pin his elbows down to his sides and protect himself from the body shot, but he is still open for the big shots when he's throwing, and Brandon Cook has found an opening time and again. Another looping right hand from Brandon Cook. Piña comes right back. Cook has to be careful here. Both fighters looked a little bit buzzed once again in round number 4.
I just had visions of Arturo Gatti there. Brandon Cook kind of looked a little wobbled, and he threw the biggest, hardest right hand followed by a left hook.
Can't say it enough, Steve. That's why people love the bad boy. This is what he brings every single fight, right from his pro debut. I was there live for his pro debut at the Hershey Center against Francis Lafreniere. Very tough fight. Lafreniere, of course, went on to become Canadian champion and do some really special things on his own. But he always comes and brings it. They're working on that cut right now. It looks like it's on the inside of his eyelid. Okay, it doesn't look all that bad. They seem to have stopped there quite well. Here we go. The start of round number 5. Both fighters keep the pace up. The frenetic pace of this fight has not stopped for a moment. Steve, both fighters look vulnerable to me here. I don't know what is going to happen through the rest of this fight.
Piña's coming out charged. His corner must have told him something that we don't know because he came out swinging hard.
Brandon Cook looking to land that big uppercut. Just missing.
And a beautiful left hook by Cook on the inside. And this is right where he wants to keep Piña right on the inside like this so he can't get hit on the end of Piña's punches. This is right where Brandon Cook wants to keep this fight.
Phone booth fight here. There's one of those 10-punch combinations from Piña. Now look, even if those punches aren't hurting Cook, those are points on the judges' scorecards. Big right hook to the body from Brandon Cook, lands. Piña still coming forward, lands an uppercut to the body of his own. Nice snap on that punch from Cook.
But that was only one, and Piña's been throwing heavy volume here early in this round.
Cook landing a left, then a right uppercut against the ropes. He's got his head in his chest, just like you asked, Steve.
This is right where he wants to be. This is the best place for Brandon Cook to win this fight against this long guy, Piña, with long arms. Beautiful head work by Brandon Cook. Beautiful uppercuts inside. But right here is where he's getting hit on the end of those punches. He's got to step in and move his way in and stay on Piña's chest.
And Piña does kind of square up when he starts to throw those combinations. You could get in there, I'd think, but easier said than done. I'm sitting out here on the outside. Another body shot lands by Brandon Cook. Cook in the danger zone again at distance, but working his way in.
And a beautiful right hand by Cook over the top.
Christian Mbili first hurt Piña at the start of his knockout combination with a kind of a corkscrew triple G style right hand over the top. Really messed up his balance. See if Cook can try and employ some of those shots. Big
that body shot hurt Piña. That left
shot
hook hurt him. 10 seconds left, unfortunately.
A huge sigh came out of Piña on that shot. Cook lands a beautiful hook, has Piña buzzed, and that's the end of round number 5. Hell of a fight here.
What a great fight, Brandon Cook. No wonder he's just a star here in Ontario and in the country of Canada. The guy's all heart and he fights with nothing but heart.
Steve, we're exactly halfway through this contest. I feel like the momentum shift is hard to call, but I think it's going back towards Cook.
At the end of that round, absolutely, but it's a tough fight to call. Obviously got to give the close rounds to the hometown boy. He's doing the work. He's landing the cleaner shots because Brandon's defense is so good. When Piña's throwing those long shots, Brandon's hands are still up. So as a judge, you can say, you know, those are being blocked. Cook has landed the cleaner, more effective shots. But nonetheless, it's still a good close fight with 5 rounds of boxing left.
Cook has never had any issues with his stamina. Doesn't appear to here either.
As he storms across the ring.
As we start round number 6, both fighters in tremendous shape. Cook has to be careful when he loses his balance there. He's not, as we mentioned, the most athletically gifted guy in terms of natural talent and ability, footwork, like a Sukhdeep Singh, as we just saw, or Mark Smither. When he gets his feet tangled, Piña is very quick to jump on him in an aggressive fashion. That could lead to a knockdown. Here comes another one of those multiple punch combinations from Piña, trying to get those scores. Big shots land for Piña, a left hook and a right hook to the head. Cook has him backed up into the ropes.
He's got to stay there, touch his body, stay on his chest. Don't let him catch him on the end of those punches.
Brandon waiting to land that looping right hand shot.
Caught Piña coming in.
Oh, both fighters trade big shots. Brandon Cook's chin holding up once again. That was a tremendous
great body work
punch
by Brandon. That's great body work, and that's what he's going to need to slow Piña down, is those good body shots.
Piña still landing big shots. Brandon Cook has his guard up. A lot of them landing on the gloves, but Cook's got to be careful not to give away some of these rounds in a very close fight. Cook with his head back on Piña's chest. Piña works his way out. Nice uppercut lands.
Inside by Cook.
Piña always comes back with a shot of his own. Cook backed up into the blue corner here. What just happened there, Steve? I think that...
Oh. That's the reason to stop it. The one prior, that's the boxing gods giving Dave Dunbar a lesson, I guess.
Wow. Piña smothering Cook in the red corner. Cook trying to punch in between those shots.
45
turns him around.
seconds left.
Cook looks to dig to the body once again, but Piña has his hands down. Cook mauling in the corner, trying to land those big shots on Piña. Piña continuing to land point scoring shots throughout round number 6 here. Unbelievable pressure from Piña as he does not stop letting his hands go.
10 seconds left. This has been a big round for Piña.
Very big. Clear Piña round this time. His corner is very happy with his performance thus far.
There's still 4 rounds of boxing left, Jane. That's a lot of boxing.
Steve, what do you tell Brandon Cook here?
He's got to stay as close to Piña as he can. Whether you're grabbing him and he's pulling you along with him, you cannot be at the end of Piña's punches. Because as we've seen a lot in that last round, that is the worst thing for Brandon Cook, is to be on the end of Piña's punches, because that's what's gonna, really change the scorecards of these things. And Brandon looks to be a little bit more fatigued, and he looked to get a little bit hurt in that last round between me and you, Jay.
I agree, Steve. I agree. Piña, on the other hand, looks quite confident here as he's already up off of his bench, off of his stool. To start round number 7, Brandon Cook waiting for his mouthpiece. And there we go. Drops it. Hang on. Brandon Cook turning Piña around, using some of that muscle, landing a big right hook to the body on the inside once again. 12, 13, 15 punches coming from Piña, many of them landing on Brandon Cook. That may have been 20 punches straight.
And he comes back with a hard body shot.
Whoa, something just happened. He has to stop the fight. The body shot stopped him. Dave Dunbar way off tonight. I don't know what exactly he was doing here, but allowed him to try and continue the fight even though he wanted to go down. What a come from behind victory here in these last 2 rounds for Brandon "Bad Boy" Cook. He might have broken his rib. I don't know what happened, but Piña said he could not continue. He called it off right away.
A modern day Arturo Gatti, Brandon Bad Boy Cook.
What a fight though, Steve. Through and through. I don't know what would have happened throughout the rest of that fight.
Absolutely, but you know what? Brandon Cook has made a fan out of me. No wonder everyone here loves Brandon Cook. Looked like things were not going his way.
GM making a great point, may have been a liver shot, which does have a delayed reaction and is pretty much paralyzing. Tyler Buxton, the promoter, urging the corner of Piña to just go back, check out the doctor, make sure everything's okay. We don't want to see anybody hurt here, of course. And Brandon Cook, once again, somehow finds a way, Steve. In that Butler fight, he was